Folks, back again. Time for the Dragon Age. Alrighty. So we got Bale in here. We've done our bit for him. So now we're gonna go and run out of this place. Have some fun. Maybe speak to him again. See what he has to say.
If you would prove yourself, ensure Hieromon's men find no trace of Branka in the deep road.
Okay.
Got it.
Are we heading out the right way? I'm guessing we are. Yeah. Wonderful stuff. I wonder if we can go back
Rumors
to
of
Hammond.
Grey Warden mass recruitment of casteless circulating the commons. Is Lord Harrimon getting rid of the unwanted?
I'm not going to go back to him. I could go back to him and like just start
Lord
talking, you know.
Balin swears revenge on Grey Wardens. He is like a mad surfacer dog, say insiders.
Sorry, Mrs. going to the gym. Giving her a pep talk. She works very hard. Right. I'm thinking we just go straight to the deep road, right? Is that not what we do? What have we got in our inventory? We've got a lot of space, so we can pick stuff up.
I've heard stories about the Qunari, you know.
Oh?
They conquered nearly all of the north, Tevinter, Rivain, and Tiva. Much of the land was laid waste. In the northern kingdoms, they say the Qunari are implacable, relentless, more like a landslide than an invasion. It took 3 exalted marches to drive them back to the sea.
We'll do better next time.
See those wars that she's talking about there. They're kind of gutted from the
so you can get off my
from the actual fabric of Dragon Age. You never really hear about them. You just hear, oh yeah, the Qunari were there, and then they're not because like Tevinter drove them back, or like other people drove them back. And it never really got me. You know what I mean? I was always a bit. You know, they should have kept it. As far as I'm concerned, they should have kept it.
Maker's blessing on you, brother.
Not very religious, sorry. I didn't think dwarves believed in the Maker.
I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
Even in the very bowels of the earth, we hear no end of this chant.
And that is something to rejoice in, good sister. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar.
Dwarves worship the ancestors or something?
There is resistance. It's obvious the world wasn't created by the mortal souls who dwelt within it. But Orzammar persists in worshipping its paragons and forefathers instead of the Maker.
Let them worship whatever they like. The Khun is the only way to enlightenment.
If that's true, then he'll come to it in time, won't he?
Perhaps. Each must find his own way to the truth.
Are you saying you will help?
Whose permission do you need to open the chantry?
The Shaper it controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting.
Okay, I'll talk to him.
Oh, I'd hoped you'd say that. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always.
If this chantry could help just one person as much as it helped me, it's worth any trouble.
Please, let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
Where is it? So I know Roy shouldn't be helping out the Chantry if he doesn't care about it, but he does want. At the end of the day, he's a Grey Warden, right? He wants the dwarves to be more open to the surface because he needs their help, right? So it'll help him out.
All right. They have no. Make Harrowmont your king now.
Grey Wardens endorse paralyzing Orzamar's military. Lord Balin is...
Where is this
Must we
place?
stand so close to the edge? Can you not feel the mountain directly over our heads?
Here it is.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories?
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
How do you know who I am?
The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you.
I'd like to open a chantry here if I could.
That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city.
I come on behalf of Brother Burkle, the cleric of Redcliffe.
I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition?
Would you rather wait for a human army to convert you?
While I do not appreciate your tone, I have considered that point. Perhaps we will allow Brother Burkle his prayer meeting. As a show of diplomatic good faith. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more?
Tell me of Orzamar's history.
We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
How did you lose your golems?
The Paragon Caridon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caridon's tide is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
What a tag.
They are to us what a colony is to surfacers.
And where is Kal Sharok?
At the other side of the old empire. During the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
Oh, so it's still there. Okay. I really hope we get to go there in another game someday. If it's near, Tevinter, can't we go there? Hopefully you go there in the new game. That'd be cool. Okay. I'm leaving for the deep roads now.
Then perhaps I could ask a service of you. When our warriors brave the tunnels, they're often too busy to see the wonders around them. They leave treasures and ancient manuscripts rotting in the deeps. If you find anything significant to us, we'd pay you well for your finds.
Alright. I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you. Now, is there anything more you would know?
No.
Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Ortan Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Ortan, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Ortan, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
I'm a Grey Warden. I can look for them. In return for some of that wealth.
You're from the surface. What do you know about fighting Darkspawn? There aren't even any expeditions planned until they settle this election. Otherwise, you need special permission from the Assembly, or some great lord.
I'm a Grey Warden, you idiots. Look at my armor.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
So these are quests you can do, and they are not nothing. They are not nothing side quests that don't go anywhere. Unlike Dragon Age Inquisition and possibly other Dragon Ages too. They actually doing this for Orta makes all of these things that we're doing make Orzammar more open, right? Now, here's the thing. If you select Harrowmont as king, and you do all of these quests, Orzammar in the final, in the epilogue, basically falls into chaos and civil war. Because Orzammar is now very progressive and open to the surface and open to trade, and Harrowmont is very anti-surface. He wants to keep things as they are, right? So if you want Harrowmont to be king, you shouldn't do any of these quests. Because you want Orzammar to stay isolationist and on its own, right? But if you want this place to actually be open, a bit more open, and to be a bit more fluid and a bit more in a way that you can actually reclaim parts of the Empire, you should get Balin to be king and do these quests. Because that means Orzammar's ready for him to be king and actually wants him to be king by the time he takes the throne. But if you don't do any of these quests and make Balin king, again, he has to purge a whole load of warriors at the end of the game, do you know what I mean? But if we do what we're doing now in doing all of these quests and we make Balin the king, then at the end of the game, and we make certain choices later on to do with the golems that are kind of evil, but never mind, then it means that we're actually going to go and how do I put this? The dwarves start retaking their old empire, which is pretty insane.
Orden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaperate. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Okay. There's a bit about Orzammar's history before we go. This Orzammar's probably going to be in 3 parts. Now that I think about it, we're probably going to get to like
Grey Wardens
maybe
paralyzing
a quarter of the way or halfway through the deep roads, and then we'll do the last part in the next part.
News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont endorsed by the Honorable...
I love how those things, those criers, show you how behind the times the news is most of the time. Don't listen to the news, folks. 9 times out of 10, they're wrong.
You were very quiet, Stan.
Only compared to some.
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper.
Yep. He agreed to let you hold prayer meetings.
Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
Oh, we've gone the wrong way. Fucking hell.
This no doubt leads.
There you are. I thought I'd spoken to a Grey Warden, but for some reason I chalked it up to the drink. I know you're down here to look for Branka, and I need to ask a favor.
Why not? Everyone else does.
Name's Oghren. And if you've ever heard of me before, it's probably all been about how I piss ale and kill little boys who look at me wrong. And that's mostly true. But the part they never say is how I'm the only one still trying to save our only paragon. And if you're looking for Branka, I'm the only one who knows what she was looking for. Which might be pretty sodding helpful in finding her.
Cut to the chase. You can come if your info is good.
You should know that Branka was looking for the Anvil of the Void. The secret to building golems, which was lost centuries ago. The smith Caridin built it. And with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the Anvil. As far as anyone knows, the Anvil was built in the old Orton Taig. Branka planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Caridin's cross. No one's seen that Taig for 500 years.
Balin gave me a map. I can get to it.
If Balin managed to find it, that's only because he's got dozens of warriors he can send to search night and day. If we're going, let's get moving. Branka's not gonna sodding find herself.
Okay.
Blast and damnation.
Yes.
We'll take you.
Of all the...
Now, may seem like a weird composition for a party, and I agree. But, part of the reason for that is that, well, bad things can happen to females when you're around at the home of the Darkspawn. Just gonna put that out there. And as a Grey Warden, Royce probably knows, or at least can sense, certain odd things about the Darkspawn, so he wants to keep those two as far away from the dark roads, from the deep roads, sorry, as humanly possible. So we've got Sten, who's our stalwart guy, we've got Shale, who is a golem, so that might help us going through dealing with golems, and we've got Oghren, which might, you know, help us in doing other things like that. So let's jump in.
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission.
Open your eyes, man! This Grey Warden is on a quest to find your paragon! Do I have to take your stinking head off?
What Oghren's trying to say is, we have permission.
Oghren could have been Adesha for House Branka. I suppose he's the next best thing in both skill and arrogance. You may pass. I'd offer more assistance, but my command post is here. All of Orzammar relies on us to hold this line.
How far is Caridin's Cross?
Your guess is as good as mine. No one's been there in centuries, but both Balin and Harrowmount had men looking just this week.
Are Darkspawn the only danger in these tunnels?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Deep stalkers?
Ugly beasts they are. Walk on 2 legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size.
Are there no dwarves past this point?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too.
Legion of the Dead?
It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes. Or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join, and swear their only goal is a glorious death.
I should go.
Best of luck.
It's kind of like the Slayers from Warhammer, right?
I'll get on it.
Alright. Aeducan Tig. Once home to Orzammar's most powerful clan, this Tig's loss was a great blow to the dwarves. Let's go there first. I just realised we've got 4 warriors. That might be
Can I get you a ladder so you can get
not
off my
that
back?
great. But we've got Shale up to such a point with her, you know, constitution. We should be all right.
Got it. Now it's better than later. I'll get on it.
Okay. Leave that down there.
Darkspawn, kill them all.
Okay, I wonder why it's an option to come down here. Is this... I think this place might actually be an area where you come in the dwarf origin, noble origin. Or is it not? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Answer in comments.
Can I get you a so you can get off my back?
Okay, we're cutting through them all right, so...
Oh, this is a nasty one.
Alrighty. Even more here. And more there. I thought there's a way up there. There isn't. Okay. So did we just leave? Whoa. Great. Okay. I'm guessing we come into this chamber over here and see what's there, but that's about it, I think, for this area. Oh, there we go. Thing. Oh, it's this really irritating spell, man. That's so irritating. I fucking hate that fucking spell, dude.
What can I do?
It's a shitty fucking spell. It just keeps hurting you till you die, and it really fucking annoys me. It irritated me back in the day as well. I checked up. Finally, when I was a kid, I checked up. Like I read about it, right? You know what it actually does. That spell that they do on you. It's like Glyph of Torment, and it just injures you until you die, and that's it. There's no actual way of getting rid of it. It's just such a shitty spell to put in the game. Right, I think that's it. I think we're there now. Oh no, there's another little area down here. That is a dead end. So bag of limbs. Why? Do you know what?
Got it.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Good old bag of limbs. Maybe Morrigan would like it when we get back to camp. So we've murdered everything in here now. Off we go. Right, so we're going to Caridin's Cross, so off we go, we're nearly there. I always wonder what this little horse thing is down there. You know.
Caridin's Cross. I can't believe Balin actually tracked this place down. This used to be one of the biggest crossroads in the old Empire. You could get anywhere from here, including Orton Thaig.
So you know where to go from here?
Aye. Branka dug up some maps of the ancient Empire. It's a little tough to tell with so much of it collapsed now. But near as I can figure, we're on the right path to Orton Thaig.
See any sign of Branka yet?
Not a one. But trust me, we will once we're on the path to the old Orton Thaig. She was going to Caridin's home.
Do you know anything else about the anvil?
No one but Caridin ever really knew more than it had some kind of stone-blessed power. Every golem who ever ranged across the Empire was hammered on the steel of that anvil. But no one ever knew exactly how they were made. But Branka was sure she could find out.
Alright, let's go.
I've been waiting for someone to say that for 2 sodding years. Come on. Who ate the cabbage?
Why ask me?
I guess you thought we could all share in the bounty. Oh, stand up to it, you giant ass. You birthed a clown to be proud of. I hope you thought of a name.
Got it. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
That's it.
I'll get on it.
you.
Oh, this is a nasty one.
I hope Shale attacks things. That would be good. I think this is a tactics problem with Shale, to be honest with you. Default. Hopefully she attacks now.
Got him.
Doing quite well there. One thing I've always noticed is that Ogryn always lags behind in terms of his ability to heal. Like, we're all healing, you know, passively, walking around. Ogryn's always the one who's like, never healing. I'm not looting anything because we don't really need money anymore. That's one of the main reasons why I'm not looting that much. I must have had something good on it. Oh no, just some money. You can tell we're getting good at this now.
This looks like the right way out. Orton Tig. It won't be long now.
Okay.
By the tits of my ancestors. Orton Tig. I never thought I'd see this place in the flesh. I can see Branka all over this place. She always took chips from the walls at regular intervals when she was in a new tunnel. Checked their composition. If she was still here, though, she'd have sentries out by now.
What can you tell me about the ruins?
This was Caridin's home, Tig. He was an Orton before he got raised to Paragon. Even stayed here when he could have had his own house. I guess he didn't want to move his people to Bunamar.
Bunamar?
The city of the dead. Caridin built it to honor the Legion of the Dead, but it was more like a sodding mausoleum than anything. Of course, that was all before he built the anvil. After that, he was the city's pet genius until he angered the king and fell into disfavor.
So there was a great city here?
No, there was a Tig here. The Orton Tig. Bunamar is north and west of here. But that's not important. Or at least I hope it isn't. The City of the Dead is known as the Dead Trenches since the Darkspawn conquered it. Much of the Legion was destroyed when the fortress fell.
You have no idea where this anvil is?
No one does. At the time, Orton Tig was almost part of the main city. No one bothered to mark where the anvil was stored. Now it's impossible to know if it's been moved or even destroyed. But trust me, if we find it, we find Branka.
Where would she have gone if not here?
I don't know. This was always her goal. She figured if the anvil wasn't here, there would at least be some clue to point her to where it is.
What if she and everybody are dead?
Well, aren't you a sodding bright spot today? If everyone's dead, there'd be evidence of a major battle, wouldn't there? 300 or so dwarves don't just fade away.
It's true. Let's get going.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay.
You know, I've seen a golem or two in my time. We have them in Orzammar.
It is indeed wise in the ways of the golem. It deserves a medal.
Thing is, I don't remember anyone ever mentioning about them having memory problems.
Perhaps they're not the ones with the memory problems.
I talked to a golem once. It didn't have anything interesting to say, but its memory, sharp. It could tell you what you were wearing at the Barnak Festival 10 years ago.
Probably vomit and flies and little else, if I were to guess.
Of course, if someone simply claimed to have lost their memory, that would avoid some awkward questions.
Is it still talking? It is not drinking, so it must be.
Fine. You go on and don't answer me. You'll screw up sooner or later.
Spiders, then.
That could have been worse. A beast. Let's maul it.
We'll leave this alone for a minute. Level up. We'll stick with 25 in terms of willpower. I think we got enough. I think we got enough. These things are clever.
I'll get on Get off my back.
I'm overwhelmed. I need a moment of silence.
Wartime records, that's what the girl was looking for. We'll take them.
There's nothing for you here. It's mine. I've claimed it.
Claimed it? Are you part of the clan who lived here?
Clan? No, but it's still mine. Rock's been here for years now, and no shiny surfacer will take him away.
Bah, he's a bloody scavenger. Good as sodding gone.
Be gone, you! You'll bring the Dark Ones back, you will, and they'll crunch your bones.
Word has it you could only survive down here by eating the Darkspawn dead.
Darkspawn blood is poison. Men have died from drinking it.
It burns when it goes down. It burns! It's my claim, not yours. Crunch your bones!
Oh, this is a nasty one. Now, better than later.
Go away. This is mine. Only I gets to plunder its riches.
Is this Branka's campsite?
It's mine. I'm the one who found it. I drove out the crawlers. Now it's mine.
I'm not able to steal anything, I promise.
You won't take anything from Ruck? You won't take his shiny worms or pretty rocks?
If it's valuable, I might trade you for it.
Oh. Ruck not mind that, maybe.
So your name's Ruck?
Yes, Ruck's my name. I do not hear it much, so sometimes I like to speak it out loud. Ruck! Ruck! Ruck!
I think I met your mother. Is her name Filda?
No. No filter. No mother. No warm blanket and stew and pillow and soft words. Ruck doesn't deserve good memories. No.
How did you end up here?
She did not know. Not what I did. I was very angry, and then someone was dead, and they wanted to send Ruck to the mines. If I went to the mines, she would know. Everyone would know. So I came here instead. Once you eat, once you takes in the darkness, you not miss the light so much. You know, do you not? Ruck sees. Yes, he sees the darkness inside you.
You have to tell your mother you're alive.
No, she cannot. She remembers a boy, a little boy with bright eyes and a hammer, and she cannot see this. Swear, promise, vow you won't tell.
Would you rather she think you're dead?
Yes. Tell the mother Ruck is dead. He's dead, and his bones are rotting in the crawler's webs, and she should never look again.
Alright, I'll tell you died bravely.
Yes, that's what Ruck is. Dead. Dead like bones that turn to dust when you touch them. How can Ruck serve you with thank yous? Here, take this.
Do you have anything to trade?
Ruck has some things from the camp. Sometimes the webs. You give him shiny coins, no?
What's he gonna spend it on? Oh. Yeah, he's got Blighted Warden Commander armor. I like the fact that his inventory is quite realistic of what he would have found. 99 Grey Warden armors, you know what I mean? Like, and loads of rocks. That's quite funny. Okay. Let me go to Shale. There we go.
Good friend is back. A good friend won't make Ruck remember the light. How can Ruck help the friend?
I have a few questions for you.
I will answer your questions.
Did you find anything unusual at this camp?
Bits of things, but only bits. The crawlers took almost everything. They take things of steel and things of paper. They take the shinies and the words.
Paper and words. That sounds like someone was taking notes. Do you think Branka camped here?
They bring to the great nest, the nest they makes for the eggs. They puts the shinies inside, they do.
Okay.
Enjoy your tainted mud, you poor sodding duster.
It's not so bad. The dark and the burning keeps Ruck warm. Warm like mother's arms.
Get away from me, you sodding freak! Look at him. He's like a pale mudworm. He should have been sent to the mines. Instead, he chose this. I'd put him out of his misery.
You're right.
Sodding right, I'm right. Now do it quick so we can get back to business.
No! Do not hurt Rook!
Something...
Oh.
Poor guy.
Bone picker is living in Branca's old camp. Did you see the marks on the floor? There were a lot of people and fires there once. Those must be Branca's papers he said were taken by the spiders. Nothing that fragile would be left from the tag.
He was right. He was right. You can't really, you know what I mean, leave the poor guy like that. Cool, this is cool. We're getting lots of crystals for Shale, which is nice. Covered in his journal. Okay. "45th day, 5th year of the reign of King Valtor. I have done it. The vision the ancestors gave me has come to fruition. Today, a man sat up from my forge, a man of living stone and steel. I called him Gollum. For the legend of those great statues animated by the dead, they are our future and our salvation. 5th year into the reign of King Valtor. It is a horrific process. Not every man could do such a thing and survive with his mind intact. I am honoured that the ancestors believe I am the strength to bear this burden and forge Orzammar's defenders. Nothing so great may be achieved without sacrifice, nor may stone and steel walk without a spirit to animate them. 5th year of the reign of King Valtor. I have asked for volunteers. Some few answered. Men and women of the warrior caste. Men of the warrior caste, Younger sons with no property, no chance for marriage. They want to defend Orzammar from the horrors of these humans have unleashed. They want to live forever in a body stronger than the finest armor. They do not ask to speak with those who have gone before. I have put off saying this, even in these pages, but I must say it now. My golems will be powered by their deaths. These brave warriors come to me, naked as the day they were born. I dress them in a skin of armor, so large it makes the burliest look no more than a babe. Okay, the anvil their first and final cradle. We are surrounded by a mile of earth on all sides, and nobody hears the screams as I pour molten lyrium through the eye holes and mouth, every joint and chink in the armor. They silence quickly, but the smell lingers. Just a trace of blood and the greater stench of hot metal. I must work fast. The armor is malleable now, as I shape it with a hammer and tongs. It is not long before it moves beneath my hands, writhing and twisting with every blow. It speaks again now, a low moan, and I have learned to tune it out. I can afford no error in this craft. There can be no melted slag blinding the eyes, nor any unhewn bit of granite shackling the leg. They groan at my work, but they would rather be broken. But would they rather be broken and crippled? Those I have spoken to tell me of the pain, but they could see themselves. But if they could see themselves, they would see perfection. Wow, so the process of becoming a golem isn't nice. I always thought that's pretty grim. I always thought that golems were like, you know, these not animated husks, right? And then Caridin took the soul from somebody and they put it into the golem. Do you know what I mean? I didn't realise they actually put somebody's live body inside of a golem and then just like poured molten metal in there with him. It's like fuse him to the armor. That's grim as fuck. That's really metal. Okay. Love, I almost caught up with him. Sorry about that. Hear a knock at the door, you've got to answer it. May as well take one of these. Screw it.
Desperate Show them no mercy! More blood. Where's the next one?
Ah.
I'll get on it.
again. Every time I get over to you. No, never mind. Nearly got it.
Now's better than later.
That Venom's not doing us any favors, is it?
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
I wish I could disable those fucking call-outs, man. This looks like someone's journal. The cover is battered and torn, but intact. As you leaf through the desiccated pages, the text catches your eye. We found evidence today that the Anvil of the Void was not built in Orton Tig. We will go south to the Dead Trenches. The Anvil is somewhere beyond. My soldiers tell me I am mad, that the Dead Trenches are crawling with Darkspawn. That we will surely die before we find the Anvil, if we find it. I leave this here in case they're right. If I die in the trenches, perhaps somebody can yet walk past my corpse to retrieve the Anvil. For if it remains lost, so do we all. If I have not yet returned when Oghren yet lives, tell him, no, what I have to say should be for his ears alone. This is my farewell.
Branka was thinking about me. I knew she still cared. Old softy. Looks like the Dead Trenches is our next stop then. They say the Darkspawn nest there. Whole herds of them. But if that's where Branka went, then that's where I'm going.
Fair enough. And in our next part, that's where we'll be going too. We'll be heading off to the Dead Trenches and then the Anvil of the Void beyond it. So, I'll see you then.